Yo, what's up? Today we're in the studio and we're capturing some photos with Catssidy, trying to get some moody stuff, trying to get some cool lighting, keep it bright, get it saturated. So we managed to get a couple different looks. They came out great and I'm excited to show you how we did it. So yeah, we ended up using this Amaran F22X, which is pretty cool. It's my first time using it. I chucked a grid on it, get a bit more. It does put a nice bit of like shadows on the backdrop from the grid, which is kind of cool. You don't really see in camera unless you really direct it. We had these boards here to black out the natural light coming through. We tried it, but I wanted to block it out so we had more of the color light coming onto the backdrop. I've used these in the past for some portraits and they're cool because they've got a white side on the other so you can really bounce slide or suck it in with the black. The backdrop's just a white paper backdrop. We've kind of messed it up a bit, but you know, that's the way it goes. So next up we had my 300C. Some of the shots I had it low down here, had it up pointing down. The hard thing is with this, I was trying to not have a hot spot on the background. Obviously a pavo tube or something like that would have been better, but this is what I had to use and we made it do and just did some tweaking in Lightroom to kind of make it a bit more even. I love this light, it's my best light that I own and it does everything I need. The only hard thing about it is if I'm trying to battle the big old light in the sky, but other than that I could switch between bicolor or hue and get that RGB going. As well, I didn't use a softbox because I just wanted to pump more light. If I was using a softbox, it would have been too wide and poked it all over Catssidy. So as well, I was using my Molus X100. It's a nice little light, and I just got like a nice little soft box on it, and it's got a little grid. I had that pumping out as maybe like a little hair light, little fill light, and yeah, it's nice and light, easy to maneuver, get in and out of the way for on the set, and then as well, I was using my smaller 10C, I believe it's called, and as well, I've got a small magic arm and a clamp, so I can just clamp it to post. That's the way I run my Molus X100 too. Just makes it real quick and easy. Snap, put it anywhere I want. And we were using this. Ooh. Yeah, so we're using this, and I was just trying to get a bit of like that kind of action on Catssidy. A couple different modifiers I can chuck in it to get a different look. And honestly, this light is probably better in a darker environment. Here it was competing against a lot brighter lights. In all honesty, I'd rather have another 300C with a spotlight on it. But yeah, just got to use with what we got. And we managed to get some cool stuff. Oh, I looked in the light, now I can't see. It's like Mothman. Yeah, that's all the gear we used on set. Cool. I don't know. We're out here, we're making things. I got 3 lights, I got 4 lights, I'm holding one. Yeah, I'm gonna pack this stuff down now.
I'm here, I'm in my office. In my office is my bedroom. I'm just going to show you some little techniques that I use to edit these pics. Nothing crazy, but just little tweaks here and there that I found to make the photos pop a bit. So I'll start with this one here, which is a bit on the darker side of things. What I did is I went through the Adobe presets and I just found something that just gave a little bit of tweak. I didn't want too much. I'm going to go with this bright one just to start with. So I'm just going to bring this exposure up to where I want her face sitting at. Kind of around there. I'm just going to adjust these highlights a bit, see what's happening. Shadows. Don't want it too contrasty. Turn this vibrance up a little bit. Vibrance is my favorite. And then you just give it a touch of saturation and it really tweaks it nice. Then I'll jump into a mask and I'll do a background mask. And I'm just going to pull the saturation up a bit. I want it quite blue. And what I found is that if you adjust the highlights and the shadows, you can really figure out where you want that background to like sit. As you can see, it's got like a little bit of texture in the background where there are dark spots, light spots, and that's kind of what I'm looking for here. Then we'll go back and I'm going to make another new mask. And I'm going to select people. And the cool thing about now is that you can just click on what parts that you want to adjust. And what really I'd like to adjust to bring up is actually her body skin. So I'm going to go into here, and I just want to make it a bit more yellow, so it just matches the face, because you can see that the light is hitting through quite a bit, and I just want it to match a bit more. And then see, maybe just pull up the saturation a bit, just tweaking it ever so slightly so it looks great. After this, I'm just going to crop it a bit actually. Go for a 4:5. I really like the way that this image is coming out. Well, let's jump to one of these big ones. So this one here, I'll go back down to that bright setting. And then I'm just going to bring the exposure, see where her skin's sitting at. When I'm doing this, I'm just like looking mostly what's happening to her face and skin. The background I'm going to mask anyway, so it doesn't matter. Jump in the mask again, do a background. I'm going to bump that saturation up, see what's happening. Adjust the sliders. Cool. Okay, now I'm going to select people, and I'm going to select her face again. I'm going to do a body skin, and then I'm going to do a subtracting with the brush, and I'm just going to take off her chest there. I just want her arms and legs a bit. I just want to warm her up a bit. I just want her body to match the best as I can to her face. She's got different light on her legs and her face, but from just a little bit of tweak of the saturation and the temperature, get there, just the shadows, maybe a bit, highlights, just small little tweaks. I'm just trying to level it out so it looks natural. Yeah, I'm just going to give it a small tweak. I'm going to hold shift as I do this so it evenly distributes it. Just want a bit more central. Just basically using the rule of thirds here, keeping her feet and her head kind of in the center somewhere. Because she's a bit off kilter there, you know. It's each to their own to make it good. Now, one thing to do that I need to do here is the paper, just from walking on it and that, just got a bit messy. So now I'm going to use this eraser tool. I'm just going to draw over the areas that I want gone. Just a little bit. I'm just looking around to see if there's any hair or marks there, just to take them out. And with a little bit of magic, click remove, Lightroom have a think, and have a sip of your tea, you know what I mean? Why? Okay, so now Adobe has done its thing, and it's erased everything there, which is looking nice. To be honest, the final thing I really want to do is I'm just going to add a bit of grain in. I like starting about 20ish on everything, and now I'm going to zoom in, see what's happening best as I can. I just want it to add like a little bit, I don't want it too much. And yes, it's all just playing with it, using this eye to turn it on and off just to see, it's like just giving it a little bit. Keep tweaking it as much as you want. And we'll just jump into this last one. I had the little spotlight set to red, and so that just changed everything whatsoever. So I'm going to hit with the bright again. I'm going to bring the exposure up, just looking at her face where I want it. I can bring the vibrance up too, see what's happening there. Not too much on the saturation. Bring the vibrance down a little bit. A little bit of the saturation up. It's looking pretty good there. Just when I'm going in and out, I'm just hitting the Z key, and then I can use the box up here for looking around the rest of the scene. Now I'm just going to do the same old thing. I'm going to go to the background, I'm going to turn the vibrance up, I'm going to adjust the highlights, see what that does, play with the shadows, because I kind of like how it's more light around the head here, so if I took all the highlights out, it sort of takes away that depth of the background. Now I'll add another mask. I'm going to select people. Just going to go for a body skin again. I'm just going to see what I can do just to balance the tint out a bit, just to make it a bit more smooth. Giving it a little bit of saturation has actually brought that red up across the photo, which I like quite a bit. Now I'm just going to go over here. I'm going to hold shift as I adjust this. I'm just going to make it a bit more square, pull it up a bit, and hit enter. And yeah, I'll go back down. Go back down to the effects tab, can add some grain. I just want a little bit for taste. Like, everybody has their own rules to it, but in the end of the day, if you can produce a nice photo, in my opinion, it's going to be from the lighting is the best way that you're going to get there. But for me, these images are pretty much on par for what I'm looking at. So here you can see the difference between when I had the light in the yellow, the light in the red. Just two different kind of vibes, you know. Like when I'm in the studio, I'm just playing around with seeing what I can get going. So yeah, that's my editing process anyway. Real basic, to be honest. So yeah, it was a great shoot working with Catssidy. She was real fun and up for anything that I threw at her. If you want to see a behind the scenes of her day, where showing how she got ready and all that, you can head over to her YouTube. I'll chuck the link below. And if you want to catch up with me more, Instagram is a place that I'm mostly active. And yeah, you can see some more of the real stuff I've been doing lately, which has been real fun. So catch you in the next one. Laters.